Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Jay Larone Presents. I am your host, Jay Larone. Listen, when I say that black people, we we have more hatred towards each other than we do any other race, I do mean that because I was watching a video of Tommy Sotomayor and he bought his daughter a car, right? Um, because she I believe he said she made all A's in school for her first year of college. So he bought her a car, right? Um, and black women were hating on his daughter because he bought her a car. Now we know that a lot of women don't like what Tommy has to say about black women, right? So I understand if they don't like what Tommy has to say about them. But why take that out on his daughter simply because he posted a picture of his daughter his daughter's brand new car? So they hating on his daughter because they don't like him. Make that make sense. But that's what I noticed. This is what we do. Don't like you, but we're gonna attack your family. We're gonna attack your daughter, your kids. Kids ain't got nothing to do with what Tommy does for a living. But for some reason, black is the same way with Kevin Samuels, right? Didn't like him, but attacked everybody else around him. Even celebrated his death, right? The shit is stupid. It kills me how we as a people don't like one person, but instead of just not liking that person, we gotta hate and attack everybody else around them. Let's take a listen to what these lovely black queens, these so-called black women, as I like to call them. Let's listen to hear what these so-called black queens had to say about Tommy Sotomayor, buying his daughter a vehicle. This shit is ridiculous, man. We got to stop this shit. Let's listen.
Myself happy. And with that, I had expressed to my daughter what she would need to do to get a car. But if she does it, because I didn't want her to get a car right at 16, I just didn't trust her driving a car at 16. I said, but you get in school, college, get in college, you do right, I get you whatever car you want. I told her, well, after saying that, you know what happens? Well, you got to keep your word. If you said it, now you got it. Now you got to keep your word. So I had to keep my word, but I had to make sure that people understand. Um, and I was happy, and she was happy. So I just put up the pictures of her with her new car. Uh, Lord knows I never should have did that. That was a mistake. Um, yeah, putting other people first is the worst thing in the world. It's the worst way to be because your happiness is now dependent upon how they receive things, and that is the worst way to be because you will always be disappointed when you care about how they feel. Um, the worst thing I did was put that picture up because after I put that picture up, first off, it was some people on my own comment section. One of them told me that why I got to talk about doing something that should be normal. And I said, well, or why you reward her for doing what she's supposed to do. I said, I don't know. Maybe the same reason why they have Mother's Day, Father's Day, Secretary's Day. Maybe it's the same reason why they give you awards for being a good employee. I'm not really sure what the deal was. Um, and here's what's funny. They were telling me I shouldn't put that on the internet, but they had no problem putting on the internet that I had a little dick. They had no problem putting on the internet that I was gay. They had no problem putting on the internet that I was broke. They had no problem putting on the internet that somebody had slept with my girlfriend and took my girl. They had no problem putting on the internet um, all types of things about me that were not actually true. And nobody said, well, why does the internet need to know this? Why does the internet need to know this? Sucking the white man's dick. Well, why does the internet need to know this? As a matter of fact, people that out of shape black woman, which is always weird. That woman who I put the picture up on my Twitter with the lopsided titties. They said that I was body shaming her, and I said, no, I'm not body shaming her. I said, I have no problem with her tits, her shape, or her nasty ass room, or that she does OnlyFans. I have no problem with neither of them. Right, we're supposed to get out. That's exactly what I said, Chris. I said, why would we give somebody a birthday gift for living? Because when you throw a nigga a birthday party, all they did was live. What was they supposed to do? Die? You 50 years old. What was I supposed to do? Stop at 49? You give a nigga a birthday party. What the fuck? But I wasn't supposed to do this. But you were supposed to. Every fucking thing I did. Why are you putting that out there for the world to see? But I bet if I'd have beat my daughter's ass, they'd have put that out there for the world to see.
Yep.
I bet if when I don't pay my child support, you put that out there for the world to see.
Exactly.
Somebody tell me I'm lying. You ain't got now motherfucker sit up there trying to put me in jail for no motherfucking child support. You know exactly where I live, and I've lived in this motherfucker for the last 90 years, and you still swapping down how you owe child support. You know I owe child support, but the bitch I owe it to don't say nothing. How does that make any sense? Think about this. I want all y'all to let that shit sink in. Now bitch done came out and said anything these niggas say about me. Why not?
Not one.
And then the nigga said, well, you paid him off. What the fuck? You said I owe the bitch. How did I pay the bitch off? You owe child support. Why she ain't tell you owe child support? Because you paid her off? What?
He got money to pay her
Then
off.
I don't know.
Right. Stupid ass logic. These folks are stupid, man.
But niggas just be saying shit. Right? If my daughter was twerking, if any of this shit that I talk about it happened, they'd have said it. So all I did was simply put up the pictures of my kid and said, I didn't think it was a big deal. Somebody said, why did you get her a car like that? And I thought, thank you, Jose. Jose July 7th said, Tommy's awesome. They said, why did you get her a car like that? And I thought, like what? It's a 4-cylinder. I didn't get my daughter no damn Corvette. She got a Ford. It's a Porsche. How many people know that's a fucking 4-cylinder car?
They don't know. They think it's a 6 or 8 cylinder. They stupid. They think it has a lot of horsepower. That people don't look up shit.
It's 4 cylinders. That thing's too powerful for her. Well, no, she just looks small. She's 19.
Right. So she shouldn't have a car, period, then.
She looks little, but she's 19.
So her 4-cylinder.
She's got her natural hair on her head.
So if a 4-cylinder is too powerful, she shouldn't have a car at all. I mean, they don't make anything under a 4-cylinder. You go get 4, 6, 8. Which one? 4-cylinder, too much power? She shouldn't have a car at all.
Where's her little hats like? I forgot what that little girl is in the cartoon. I don't know why that's her thing, but that's her thing. What's the girl in the cartoon? I think it was a Scooby-Doo cartoon that always wore a hat. Velma? She's a hat person. She likes hats. So I put her up there. Thank you, Patrick, for the hat. We say I owe a car note payment, but I paid Toyota not to put it on my credit. Right, Patrick. It took me a minute, Patrick. It's a McCann. Now, I think I know what it is. Right. What's the significance of mentioning that I owe child support? If I'm not supposed to mention this, I shouldn't have to mention that. But take a look at what happened. So they put this on here. It says Tommy Sotomayor buys his daughter a Porsche for getting straight A's. This is what a blog was about. Y'all remember, I'm a nobody. I am a nobody. They started a forum on Lipstick Alley to talk about that. And look at the comments they made. Here's the first one by this woman named Pickle Chips. That's what she looked like? Really? I thought he loved bright lights, and snow bunnies. Congratulations, but she's homely looking. Men always have the audacity to speak on other women, but their daughters look just like them. This is a black woman wrote this. These are the same black women that say you shouldn't attack other black women. That's them. This is a black, she's an adult. She's 19. She's an adult. I can't say anything about you attacking her. So I just said, look at it. I don't have a problem. You did it. I'm just going to show it. Never question why I don't like the majority of black women. Never question why I've had hatred for them since I was a child. Never question it. Never question it. If you ever thought before, man, I don't know why Tommy talks like this. Man, I don't know why Tommy acts like this. I don't know why Tommy says this shit. Other than the fact that it's been accurate from day one. I ain't made up a fucking thing. I haven't said something about black women and just made the shit up. I'd understand if I was doing that. I'd understand if black women hated my guts because I was making up shit about them. Well, that isn't it. That was the first comment that happened yesterday at 11 in the morning. Let's see what the next one is. The next one says, oh my, as reckless as his mouth is, I wasn't expecting her to look like that. Wait a minute. As reckless as my mouth is, you mean that I talk about twerking and fighting in public and wearing weave? You thought my daughter would be pretty? Let me tell you something. If my daughter looked like the back of my shoe, it wouldn't change the fact of anything I said. And that's the problem with black bitches. That's stupid. These are the same bitches that say your mama's black. So if you're talking about black women, well, your mother's black. So you shouldn't talk about them, which I've never understood. You can't talk about something that afflicts you or you have. So by their logic, I shouldn't be able to say black women are the most beautiful. I want to fuck nothing but black women because my daughter's black. My daughter's black. So if I say I want to fuck nothing but black women, well, she's a black woman. Why did they never say that to people like Dr. Umar Johnson for saying his penis belongs to black queens? Well, his daughter's a black queen. His mama's a black queen. Why aren't we questioning that he want to fuck them too? By their own logic. Black women got nice asses. Well, then I guess your daughter has a nice ass then, huh, Umar? So let's go to the next comment. You are the sins of your father. That's all I'ma say.
Now that's kind of interesting. I'm gonna stop it right here because a lot of this is going to be pretty much the same thing, and they just no matter what Tommy does or says, it's like he said, no matter his daughter ain't got shit to do with what he says, right? His daughter could be doing anything. None of that. It doesn't make what Tommy said wrong, right? But this part about what they say, okay, so listen to this shit. If you are the sins of your father, okay, now, recently, what's that dude named Hulk Hogan passed away, right? So apparently, I guess, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, Hulk Hogan said something about he didn't want his daughter marrying a ninja because, unless the ninja made millions of dollars. And I've never heard him say that. I've never heard this. But for some reason, when Hulk Hogan passed away, that was the everybody's bringing that up. Hulk Hogan said this. Hulk Hogan said this about black people. Hulk Hogan, I guess he fired a bunch of black people he had working for him. I don't know. If it was such a big deal when he said this, I don't know how many years ago, why is it all of a sudden now that he's passed away, everybody bringing this shit up? And if you have to be held responsible for what your parents say or what your father say, how come Hulk Hogan's daughter is not being held responsible for what he said? Right? If that's the case, all y'all ninjas should be going after Hulk Hogan's daughter because he said what he said about black people. Since he said that his daughter can't marry a ninja unless he a millionaire. Since y'all so torn up about that, since that's a problem, since you have to I guess reap the repercussions of whatever your father say, the sins of your father. How come nobody's going after Hulk Hogan's daughter? Since y'all want to stand on business, like I said, black folks have more hatred towards each other than when they do any other race. A black person say something y'all don't like, y'all hunt him down for years. Y'all go after this man for years. Y'all been going after Tommy for over 10 years now. Going after his family, going after his mother, his grandmother, his daughter. But y'all ain't got that type of smoke for Hulk Hogan since he's the white man, he's the devil, he's the colonizer, right? He's the white man's the devil. So if he's the devil and the devil said he don't want his daughter marrying a ninja, why ain't y'all go after him? Why ain't y'all been going after his family, his daughter? Right? Since y'all want to say that Tommy's daughter has to, I guess, reap the repercussions of what Tommy say. She has to pay for the sins of her father. So Hulk Hogan's daughter ain't got to pay for the sins of her father. I'm telling you, black folks y'all get mad at something a white person say only for a minute. That shit'll last a week or two. Then all of a sudden y'all just swoop it to the side. It's like, okay, we're done. It's like y'all are more forgiving to white people than y'all are your own people. Y'all, black people are more forgiving to white people than they are their own people. Y'all will go ballistic over something a black person say. Y'all track them down, dox them, do everything. Try to get their shit canceled, right? White person say something, y'all be mad for a little bit, then y'all stop. Y'all don't hold that type of vitriol for the devil like y'all say these white people are. No vitriol for them. Y'all sound off for a minute, show your teeth, growl to make people think y'all are really upset, but you're not. Y'all just doing it for play. It's just show, just to make people think y'all are upset. But y'all don't really give a fuck what white people think and say about y'all. Y'all just mouthing off, man. It's just a reflex. It's just a temporary reflex. They say something, you gotta say something back, then that's the end of it. Ain't no real outcry, ain't no real, we go stand on business, we go, get them shut down. We go harass their family. But no, y'all do it to black people though. Y'all do it to your own kind. Just because you don't like what they say. They'll say something that's true, but it hurts your feelings. So, I gotta get them shut down. I got to go after their livelihood. I got to go after their money. I got to talk about their family, right? But if somebody do that shit to you, then it's a fucking problem. If the tables are turned and they did that to you, that would be a problem. It's funny how black folks can say, that white people are the devil, white people hate black people, but then y'all get so offended and shocked when a white person say what they say. I mean, if the Hulk said he don't want his daughter marrying a ninja unless that ninja's a millionaire, why would you be surprised? Why would that shock you, right? I don't blame him. I want my daughter to marry a millionaire too. I mean, if I was him, that's his preference for his family. That's his standard for his daughter. He wants his daughter, if you marry a black guy, if you marry a ninja, that motherfucker better have some money. What's wrong with that? How many of y'all black folks out there want your son or daughter to marry another race and that other race be broke? Answer that question. If your son or daughter married a white guy, white girl, Asian, Hispanic, do you want them to marry somebody with money or somebody that's broke? Not a pot to piss in. or a window to throw it out of. That's what you want for your child? Or is it okay if your child marries somebody of the other race with money, but you want your child to marry? So if your child marry a black person, that black person can be broke. Is that what you're saying? Y'all mad at Hulk for saying if his daughter marry a black person, that black person got to be rich. So what's like I said, what's wrong with that? Unless it's like y'all set the bar so low. It's like y'all okay with your child marrying a broke person as long as that person's black. Like, oh yeah, my baby can marry whoever they want to as long as they black. I don't care if they got money or not. Is that what you're saying? Cause no matter who my daughter married, that motherfucker better have some money. Whether he's black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it don't matter. Oh, my daughter married no bum. And I don't blame Hope for saying what he said, if he said it. Like I said, I don't know. I've never heard this. When Hulk died, that's when I started hearing this shit. I'm like, when the fuck did he say that? This shit is supposed to, whenever he was supposed to have said that, I never heard it. So, whether he said it or not, still, what's the problem with it? What's the problem with this man wanting his daughter to marry somebody with money? The way I see it, black people just all talk. I think black people are scared of white people. Y'all scared. Y'all don't stand on business when it comes to white folks. Y'all will talk shit, but then that's it. Y'all don't move. Y'all don't show no action. But when black person say something y'all don't like, y'all try to get them shut down. Make that make sense. How can y'all say y'all are for building and being a community and the way y'all love black folks, but the minute a black person has a difference of opinion than you or say something you don't like, you go after their livelihood. But you don't do that to white people. White person say something you don't like, y'all be pissed off for a minute, then y'all let the shit go. Have that same energy, right? You would think.
That's what she looked like? Really? I thought he loved like this person was responding to that one. This person says, homely? She's like 18. Tommy mainly talks about how black women behave. And I doubt his daughter behaves like this ratchet black woman that he talks about. Guys, didn't that person hit the nail on the head? That person right there hit the nail on the head. I talk about the way black women act.
Yep.
I talk about the way black women act. He hit the nail on the head. Do you think that made them stop or say, well, that is true? He's always talking about beasties and he's always talking about hair-hatted hooligans. None of those are what his daughter is. So I'm confused at what you're saying.
But nope. Because they don't like what Tommy say. Because they don't like the fact that he calls out the bullshit. He calls out the black female fuckery. Then all of a sudden he's a problem, and anybody associated with him is a problem. Have that same energy for these white folks when they say something y'all don't like. Go after their families. Go after they money. Go after they get them shut down. Y'all black folks don't do that. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all talk a good game. You talk a good game. But when push come to shove, y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all will do it to your own, but you won't do it to other people. It comes a time where the old folks say, put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Y'all talk all this damn shit about how the white folks the devil and y'all, they ain't no good. But the minute y'all get a supposed to have an opening or an opportunity to show your vitriol towards them and to, get them shut down and go after them, y'all don't do it. Y'all would not do it. But you'll do it to young people. This is why black folks can't go nowhere. It's okay not to like what somebody talks about. It's okay. Everybody has an opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to listen to it either. If that person's saying something you don't like, why do y'all go and visit their page and listen to what they say when you know that person is going to trigger you and make you upset? And then you get mad because they said something you don't like. But you on their page. You on their channel. Are they supposed to switch it up because you there? Who are you? They don't know you. But yeah, y'all want somebody to just say, okay, well, come on into my house, and no matter what I say, you have a right to be mad. If you don't like what I say, get out of my house. Right? If you go keep coming to my house, then obviously you like what I'm saying, or shut the fuck up. You can't get mad because you coming over to my house and getting mad at how I'm living. That's crazy. If you got a problem with how I'm living, stay the fuck out of my house. But black folks can't do that. Nope. If they don't like what you're doing at your house, black folks think they can come into your house and tell you how you're supposed to do it. Make that make sense, right? I said this a while back. The black community is like a black woman who goes around the neighborhood talking about everybody in the community. She got tea on everybody. She know what everybody's life is like. She know what everybody doing. She talks shit about everybody. Your daughter a hoe. Your son's a drug dealer. This, that, and the third. But the minute somebody say something about her family and how they living, cause she foul, oh, then all of a sudden she go blow the fuck up. All of a sudden you wrong. You can't say nothing. Now she clutching her pearls cause her feelings hurt. How dare you say something about her? That's the black community. Black community can go in on everybody. Even their own. Talk shit about their own, but won't talk shit about nobody else.
Somebody said, now that's a name I haven't heard in a minute. Somebody else said, that's a new Porsche. Looks old as fuck. Never really liked their body style. Cute little girl. She reminds me of SZA pre-surgeries. But yeah, was not expecting her to look like that at all. What does that mean? Y'all remember when I told Nepal yesterday when I was having a show with Nepal? Yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, when I was talking to Nepal, I said every time they see me with a dark-skinned woman, they've never said I pay to get with her. They accept that I'm with that girl. But when I'm with a light-skinned girl, they'll talk about how she look good and she only with me for money. She said, I can't believe that you saying that they say that. There's proof. There's proof. They're literally saying they thought that my daughter would be light-skinned and pretty based upon the way I talk. But you also should accept, based upon the way I look, my child gonna look like me. Ugly. Remember, you spend all your time telling me I'm ugly. What in the hell would make you just automatically think, well, his child gonna be a beauty queen? By your own logic. I don't, y'all, that's how you could tell they're lying. Because if they honestly thought what they thought about me, they'd also think my child would look like me. They wouldn't be surprised by that. They'd be surprised if my daughter wasn't ugly. They'd be surprised if my daughter wasn't dark-skinned. But they figured, well, since he talks about black women like that, no, what you should do is if you were going to do something like this, let me tell y'all what you should have done. I choose who my mate is. None of y'all parents got to choose what you look like. Can I get an amen? You choose what your mate look like. You don't get to choose what your kid look like. Your kid could look like the mama. Your kid could like the daddy.
Right.
Your kid could look like the granddaddy. Your kid could look like a lot of different things.
Yep.
There are siblings that don't look nothing alike.
Yep.
I've seen siblings where one of the bitches was my daughter's mom. She's the only one that's got a shape. Her sisters, them hoes are 1,000 pounds. Now, one of her sisters is fat and shapeless. The other sister is fat but shaped like her, but just really fat. So even though she's not doesn't have my daughter's mom's good shape, she's shapely. She just like a huge bitch. She like 4 million pounds, but she's shapely. I like hugging that lady. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see that lady, I give her a big hug, well, as much as I can.
Tommy's stupid, but yeah, he right. My niece look like my mom, right? My niece look more like my mom than she do her mom. My brother's my brother's wife. My niece look more like my mom than she looks like my brother's wife. So that shit can happen. I look more like my grandfather on my mama's side. So that's just the way shit works out. So yeah, but you guys, let me know, man, what y'all think about this shit, cause it's crazy how this young girl, Tommy's daughter, has nothing to do with what Tommy talks about, right? No matter what y'all think about what Tommy said about black women, he ain't lying. And just because, you know, his family, his daughter ain't got shit to do with what he's saying. You know what I mean? It's stupid. It's stupid logic how they could equate, you know, that because they don't like what he's saying, they got to go in on his family, his daughter. It's stupid. It don't make what he's saying, you know, a lie. You know what I mean? His daughter has nothing to do with what he said. His daughter, I just can't. It's stupid. This shit is so fucking crazy. How black women think because they don't like what somebody's saying about them. If you don't like what somebody's saying about you, stop behaving like you behaving. Maybe that'll help, right? But you guys, drop some comments. Let me know what y'all think about it. All right. Like, subscribe, share. It helps the channel grow. You guys, please be good to yourselves. By all means, let's be good to one another. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Got some bad news for you. You're fucking done, son. It's over.